This is a story that even hospitals are reluctant to bring up, but as a dermatologist, I can no longer remain silent. It's been an issue most patients don't know about, but one that causes their families to suffer. The name of this issue is elderly odor. Hello, I'm Jinho Kim. I'm 72 years old and a dermatologist. I've dedicated over 20 years to researching human body odor and skin aging. Even now, I see patients at the hospital 3 days a week. I also teach at the university. Despite my gray hair, I'm still active. Last month, I received an academic award at the International Dermatology Conference for my research on aging and body odor. One day, a single comment from my wife put me in front of this camera. Honey, you have a smell. Too, I was shocked. Are you currently free from such worries? After that day, I began using myself as a test subject. I professionally analyzed everything from the cause of the odor to its solution. Have you ever worried about body odor as you age? Or have you ever smelled a distinctive odor in your parents' or grandparents' rooms? Over 40 years, I've tracked the source of odors that persist despite washing and worsen with perfume by treating thousands of elderly patients. The culprit was an oxidized, fatty substance called Nonenal. Today, I'll explain how this substance forms in our bodies and why it increases with age. I'll reveal why odors persist despite frequent bathing, why they worsen with daily perfume use, and share one fundamental cause with 5 solutions. Please watch this video until the end. With just a few cents, you can enjoy an odor-free daily life. If you find this content helpful so far, please subscribe and like. I'll continue to share health secrets that hospitals don't readily tell you initially. I thought I'd be fine since I showered daily and stayed clean. I showered morning and evening, used good soap and shampoo, and even wore cologne. After all, I'm a dermatologist. How could I have an odor problem? But my family's reactions told a different story. My son opening windows as soon as he entered my room, my daughter-in-law spraying air freshener where I had been sitting, and my grandchild no longer cuddling on my lap. All these signals pointed to one truth. One evening, my wife spoke honestly. Honey, you've developed a smell lately. It's fine when you're at the hospital, but it gets worse when you're relaxing at home. At first, I was shocked, embarrassed, and even a bit angry. How could this happen? To me, a doctor? It was hard to believe at first. But once, after leaving my coat in the hospital break room and returning later, I was able to objectively detect the smell. That's when I finally accepted reality. Have you ever received comments about odor from family or friends? Or are you in a situation where people find it too awkward to mention? The truth is, even doctors like me find it difficult to bring up this topic with patients. It's a matter of dignity. That's why most doctors never mention elderly odor unless the patient asks first. Instead, they offer generic advice, like bathe more frequently. I was bathing daily But the problem persisted, so I made a decision to become my own test subject and discover the true cause. Of this issue, I analyzed data from thousands of patients I've treated throughout my career and reviewed the latest research papers. I read all relevant studies in domestic and international dermatology journals. Through my research, analyzing aged skin and sebum components, oral dryness, and sweat gland changes, I identified Nonenal, an oxidized fatty substance, as the main culprit. This substance naturally increases with age and produces a distinctive odor when it meets oxygen in the air. More surprisingly, regular soap and shampoo cannot completely eliminate this substance. In fact, harsh soaps and hot water weaken the skin barrier, causing more nonenal to be secreted. Perfume mixes with this odor to create an even stranger smell. I discovered that musk-based perfumes, in particular, chemically bond with nonenal to produce a stronger odor. Nonenal mainly occurs in areas with concentrated sweat and sebaceous glands. Its quantity varies depending on hormonal changes, medication use, and dietary habits. My research confirmed a strong correlation between antioxidant food consumption and nonenal reduction. Everyone, why don't hospitals talk about something this important? Have you ever wondered? Based on these research findings, I experimented on myself first. Then I developed a 5-step management method that was proven effective when applied to thousands of patients. Today, I want to share this secret with everyone. You need to watch this video until the end to fully understand the context. Each step contains important details, and all steps are interconnected. Also, I plan to share more health secrets on the 100-Year Wisdom channel. So please show your support with subscriptions and likes. 90% of elderly body odor originates from 3 specific areas. These are areas where skin folds, areas with abundant hair, and areas that sweat heavily. Specifically, these include neck, creases, armpits, under the chest, the navel, groin, behind the knees, and between toes. These areas trap moisture and have poor air circulation, allowing nonenal to accumulate. Wrinkled skin areas become breeding grounds for bacteria. These bacteria combine with nonenal to create stronger odors. Therefore, focusing on these areas is crucial. My 78-year-old patient, Mr. Lee Cheol-soo, was concerned about persistent odor despite daily showers. After teaching him the targeted cleansing method, his wife visited my office 2 weeks later to thank me, "Doctor, for the first time in our 40-year marriage, my husband's smell is gone." Another patient, 73-year-old Mr. Jung Young-ho, was delighted that his grandchildren began cuddling with him again thanks to the concentrated cleansing method. He said, "When the children sat on my lap again and asked me to tell them stories, I couldn't hold back my tears." Here are some practical tips. Always use lukewarm water. Hot water damages the skin barrier. Use mild acidic soap or slightly acidic body wash and gently scrub with a soft towel or bath sponge focus, especially on the back of the neck, armpits, folds under the chest and abdomen, groin, behind the knees, and between toes, but don't scrub too vigorously. After cleansing, it's important to thoroughly remove moisture and dry off remaining moisture. Can cause bacterial growth. Pat dry with a soft towel. Note that hot water and strong alkaline soaps can damage the skin barrier and increase nonenal secretion. Also, scrubbing too hard with rough towels can irritate the skin and worsen odor. What temperature water do you typically shower with? Which body areas do you pay special attention to when bathing? Elderly body odor cannot be solved by washing alone. It must be improved from within. 3 key lifestyle habits are essential: drinking at least 6 cups of water daily, consuming antioxidant foods, and taking regular walks in sunlight. Insufficient hydration delays the elimination of bodily waste and dries out the skin, leading to increased nonenal production. Antioxidant foods reduce oxidative stress in the body, inhibiting nonenal formation. Sunlight walks promote vitamin D production, strengthening the skin barrier and maintaining healthy sweat glands. My 72-year-old patient, Ms. Kim Young-yi, barely drank any water after starting to drink at least 6 cups daily. Her family noticed reduced odor. Within a month, Mr. Kim Young-ho, 79, consistently consumed antioxidant foods and experienced a 90% odor reduction. Within 3 months, Mr. Park Young-soo, 83, began taking 20-minute morning walks daily and reported significantly reduced sweat odor. For practical implementation, develop a habit of drinking 1 cup of water every hour. Good antioxidant foods include apples, tomatoes, berries, green tea, garlic, and onions. Garlic is particularly effective for improving body odor due to its antibacterial properties. Walking in sunlight for at least 20 minutes daily is beneficial, preferably before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. Be aware that coffee and alcohol can deplete bodily fluids and accelerate aging, potentially worsening odor. Spicy foods, onions, and garlic may temporarily cause odors, but reduce them long-term through antioxidant effects, so consume them in moderation. Foods rich in vitamin C and E slow skin aging and inhibit nonenal production. Fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids are also beneficial. Try to consume antioxidant foods at least once daily. How much water do you drink each day? How often do you walk in sunlight weekly? A significant portion of elderly odor often clings to clothing and bedding. No matter how thoroughly you wash your body, odor will persist. If you wear clothes worn for extended periods or use infrequently, washed bedding underwear should be changed daily, and outer garments washed frequently. Bedding should be laundered at least once a week. Pillowcases in particular should be changed every 4 days. Choose natural materials like cotton, and if possible, dry them in sunlight. Ultraviolet rays kill bacteria and eliminate odors. My 71-year-old patient, Mr. Kim Chul-soo, wore old synthetic fiber pajamas daily after switching to cotton and changing them daily. His odor decreased significantly. Ms. Lee Young-suk, 65, washed her bedding every 2 weeks. When she changed to weekly washing and sun-drying, the odor throughout her room disappeared. 4. Practical tips: adding a cup of vinegar to laundry effectively removes odors for shoes. Alternate between at least 2 pairs to allow sufficient drying. Placing deodorizers or natural fragrances in closets can reduce odors that cling to clothes, socks, and shoes. Also require management. Change socks daily and make sure shoes are completely dry before wearing. Regularly wash or replace shoe ends